Wealthy welcome to Her Braid Queen Plat Party. So today we are working on a retwist with starter locks. First, I'm going to start by parting off the back row. Once I've parted off my back row, I'm going to start the retwist. Here I take the lock and I take my comb and I use the thin part of my comb and I go in and I comb the hair and also comb the gel through the hair. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a small thin piece of hair in the lock. I'm going to slide that in between the top part of my comb and I'm going to use that as an anchor to hold the lock. Once I've separated that top part of the hair from the rest of the lock, I'm going to take my comb and rotate it to the right. Once I rotate my comb to the right, I'm going to keep twisting until the root of the lock is tight. At that point, you'll probably notice a small bump in the lock. I'm just going to use my fingers to hold and smooth that part out and just go down the lock. And I'm just going to continue that motion. After that, I'm going to take my clip and clip it on. And what you'll do is you'll just continue this motion throughout the entire style. Again, gel, and I just comb the gel through each part. You also want to maintain very clean and neat parts while locking because this will affect the entire lock process. If you have crooked or unclean parts, the locks will grow that way. So again, I'm taking my comb and I'm just parting a thin piece of hair at the top from the rest of the lock. And I'm going to take my comb and rotate that hair together. You may notice the hair may get stuck on the comb. All you have to do is just easily just slide it out and continue to retwist. Then I'm going to take the lock and roll it over itself just for a tighter hold, better grip. And this method also works if you do not want to use clips. I recommend this method because it's tighter. You can use it with clips, it's just a tighter hold. Again, clean parts. Then section of the hair, just a slight part in the lock, and just rotate the comb around it. And just keep rotating until the lock is tight at the root. I'm going to take it, smooth it out with my fingers. You can also compress it just to make it tight and pull down to stretch it. Retwist, turn, and clip. Again, we're just going to continue this process throughout the entire style. You want to also make sure you really do comb the gel and product through the entire lock just to spread it across the hair. It's not necessarily to detangle the hair at the root because it's about to be locked anyway. So I wouldn't too much comb it to straighten it. I would more so comb it to bring outside hairs into the part. And this is our first row, and this is how it looks. As you can see, all the locks are tight. twisted and neat. Now we're just going to speed it up a little bit. Make sure that you're maintaining clean parts. Even if you have to take your time. I prefer to part with the smaller part of the comb because it's more fine, which gets those small hairs in between. Then just a little gel on the comb. You do not need too much. Using too much gel can cause buildup, so we just want a little gel. Again, take the comb, part that small piece of hair at the top, and then twist the comb to the right. I also twist to the right because that's the natural direction of curl patterns. So when you twist to the right, it makes it easier to lock and train the hair to lock that way in that direction. So we want to keep a consistent direction when maintaining these locks. Also, because these are starter locks, sometimes the hair will frizz out. All you want to do is take that hair that is frizzing out and just wrap it around the lock, securing it and making sure it's tight. And here I am compressing it. So this is the final look of the retwist. So I am just going to wrap his edges for them to set and sit him under the dryer for about 30 minutes. Now we'll go on to our style. He is getting 4 barrel twists. So first things first, we want to maintain the retwist. So all I'm doing is crossing the outer locks on top of each other. The locks in the center are pretty much staying stationary. All I'm doing is pulling the locks from the outside to the inside and just interweaving those in between each other. So right here, I'm taking the outside lock, wrapping that around. I'm taking the other outside lock, wrapping it around that lock. And we're going to continue this pattern. Again, this outside lock, I'm going to grab the outside lock, wrap it around, and wrap that completely around. Here we are again, taking the other outside lock, still retwisting. Outside lock to the inside and over, outside lock, bring that to the inside and over. Again, outside lock, over, and we're going to continue this technique. Again, we're on the other side, and we're just going to continue that technique all the way throughout, bringing the outside locks to the inside and wrapping them, maintaining the retwist motion as we do our braid. And when we get to the end, we are just going to seal it with the rubber band. And this is how we complete our barrel twist style on Retwist with Locs.